Welcome inside Gore Arena. This is Championship Saturday in the Big South. Two teams looking to dance their way into the finals against the Campbell Camels. It's the 4 seed North Con A&T and the top seed, the High Point Panthers, 31-1 in the last 2 years. High Point, the reigning champions. A&T, their first year in the league, the reigning MEAC champions. Couple of heavy hitters today. Evan Budrovich and Tammy Freeze on this ESPN Plus broadcast. Tammy, for North Con A&T, they lost both matchups in the regular season. How do the Aggies pull the upset over High Point tonight?
They want to put more pressure on High Point for sure, more so than they did in those earlier matches, challenging their defense more, getting into offensive rhythm, using their block. And just as that said, yeah, serve and pass. So they're going to have to serve and pass at a high rate to put more pressure on High Point. High Point just want to play with composure, not stray away from everything they've been doing all year.
High Point dominant in the regular season. They closed out the year with 6 straight wins, and here's how the bracket shapes up. Campbell, a straight set victory earlier tonight, so the winner of this matchup has their eyes set on the host team, the Campbell Camels. Certainly for High Point and A&T, they met twice, and just last week in the regular season, this makes for a pressure-packed championship semifinal.
It should be very exciting to see this matchup here tonight.
See the starters for High Point getting introduced. So for High Point, 5 players on the all-conference team of the starting attack, including the player of the year in Dylan Mayberry. North Con A&T counters with a club that really good offensively. Edie Brewer, the graduate senior on the all-conference squad, and a lineup that has inserted a new touch. Mackenzie Richards in the starting attack, really mixing things up for the Aggies.
Mackenzie Richard had a phenomenal quarterfinal match yesterday, doing really well offensively for A&T. So it was nice to see that difference, that senior coming out, playing on the floor.
A lot of energy from the Aggies early in this matchup. High Point, the composed, the veterans, are coming off a conference title, 31-1 in their last 2 regular seasons. Such a dominant team, but now it's the playoff time, and it's about closing things out.
Absolutely, but High Point, for their credit, just has continued to play consistently. They're known for that. They're a very tough team to force to make errors. And not only did they're coming off incredible last 2 seasons, they've had NCAA tournament experience.
And with that, let's get this match started. Addie Warfield back to serve, the junior setter. A&T runs a 6-2 system, but you'll see Edie Brewer, number 5 in the gold, all over the court. And away we go in set 1. That's a service error and a slow start for A&T. North Con A&T with a win last night. High Point had the night off as the number 1 seed to watch and react. What's the value of coming off that extra night of play? And if you're High Point, the value of watching your opponent play for a whole 4 sets.
You definitely have an advantage if you're High Point and being able to scout another match on A&T, see maybe what their tendencies are, talk about what you want to do matchup-wise. A&T, though, you've gotten that first win under your belt. You've played in this environment, and so they should play a lot more relaxed and loose today.
When these teams met last week, High Point, a 3-set win. They've won 6 of the 7 sets, and a nice front. Whoa, saved by Mayberry. That almost was down for Shea Hall. Now Brewer, soft touch, kept alive, and freed short. Good effort from Jenny Wesling. That's a point for A&T.
One difference I see already with North Carolina A&T today versus last night, they're starting Edie Brewer in the front row as an attacker.
2 service errors for A&T early in this match. You mentioned the rotation changes for High Point. Line up with 5 players on the first team all conference. That's the most in the last 5 years. Dominant team with postseason awards, including Gabrielle Eidelberg on the first team. Hall insistent, dug up by Palazzolo. That is long from Dylan Mayberry, the Pitt transfer. And back and forth we go in set 1.
That's going to be an interesting matchup with Edie Brewer, number 5 for the Aggies, facing number 1 Dylan Mayberry for High Point.
Edie Brewer, who's top 5 in A&T history in kills, assists, aces, and digs. Does it all for the Aggies. There's a back set blocked and out. The front row of A&T, very strong in the blocking presence. 2.4 blocks a set, but that is a kill for High Point. When these teams met last time, the block for A&T was not as impressive as you'd think. Only 4 blocks. High Point actually had 10 blocks in that matchup. Won it in straight sets. Warfield and system. And that is down on the back row. Naya Sawtelle, the true freshman, her first kill.
Naya Sawtelle, second team all-conference and on the all-freshman team. Coach Hal Clifton speaking to her ability to make amazing shots. Sometimes not amazing, but it'll be key for her to be consistent today. She
averages 4 points per set. And a great dig, knocks it out. So a good kill for the Panthers. You didn't like my response there, Tammy? I knocked it back into play.
That was very lefty attack there.
You got to be ambidextrous at times. Tammy Freeze, Evan Budrovich with you on ESPN+. Edie Brewer now into the front row to set. And off hands, there's a kill for Maya Johnson, who subs in, the freshman out of Austin, Texas. How vital is this first set for the underdog and the 4 seed in North Carolina A&T?
I think A&T knows that they want to win this first set. That's going to also put pressure on High Point to get them second guessing what A&T can do against A&T.
There's a bump set by Maria Miggins and almost saved, but that finds the floor past Mackenzie Richards. High Point hitting 250, kills from 3 different players so far.
It's something that makes High Point also so effective. Similar in Campbell, that they have so many options that they can go to in the front row.
Serve from Jenny Wesling. That is long. She was a first-team all-conference libero as a true freshman. And already 4 service errors combined between these clubs. Mallory Porcher into serve. The junior with a risky serve. The Palazzolo returns. And Brewer knocks it into the air. Here's Richards over the block and down. Second kill for Mackenzie Richards out of Pickerington, Ohio. Hal Clifton's club in year 9. How about this? In his first year, they had just 2 wins overall. Now sitting with 19 victories. A huge increase for A&T. Good hands at the net. Sets up Colleen Renfro. And that touch short of the net from Palazzolo. A&T coming out strong with a 3-point lead.
What I like what A&T has done so far, aggressive swings to get High Point out of system. High Point not controlling that second contact well in those out of system sets.
High Point this year, first in hit percentage and kills per set. An explosive offense. And that's dug up by Porcher. Richards cross court and out. So High Point's defense holds firm. The Panthers, not a great blocking team, but their offense so dominant, it puts teams out of rotation when they have to return serve.
High Point often making those kills so effectively, so teams aren't able to dig them and get more attempts against their defense.
Mackenzie Thornburg on a deep float serve out. We've seen some patience from A&T in serve receive. That's 3 service errors for the Aggies, or for High Point, I should say.
And as you can see, these errors just speaking to how both teams wanting to push the passers back, trying to go for those deep serves and hopefully to take out the middle hitter.
High Point in system with a 6-2 rotation. And Eidelberg, her first touches to the floor. The first team all-conference middle response. .220 win clubs in this semifinal. Winner takes on Campbell tomorrow, and that is down to the back line. Sawtelle wasn't sure about it, and an ace for Palazzolo.
Just more communication needed there. You usually ask your passers, follow it all the way back to the line so you can be sure.
Instead, High Point's first ace, and Brewer the roll shot. Dangerous for Mayberry, who gets it back into play. Warfield goes to Brewer, and Brewer's blocked. That's out. Point A&T for Edie Brewer, who sits 5th in program history, 932 kills.
Edie Brewer just so impressive with all that she does for A&T, and they really rely on her for that leadership and what she can do as a setter and as an attacker.
Big reason why Hal Clifton says this lineup is more of a 6-1 with how versatile as Dylan Mayberry heats up. The leader in kills and points per set in the conference gets her 2nd kill.
Dylan Mayberry likes that line shot. Sometimes she'll turn all the way down the line and finish, and sometimes she does a nice crossbody kind of fake hit toward the line.
Dylan Mayberry, the transfer from LSU, and so dominant. Now she plays at the net, but that goes out. Smart touch from Edie Brewer, the 5th-year senior, who Tammy's a 3-time conference champion at North Carolina A&T. Back in the MEAC, now in her 1st year in the Big South. This club is motivated to win a new conference title this weekend.
I think definitely NCAT has proven that they're meant to be in this conference and they can play at a high level.
That's a service error for Andrea Laboy Rivera, the senior libero from Puerto Rico. High Point, the big bad demons on the block, 31-1 in the last 2 years, and 3 conference championships in 5 seasons. Now coming in at the neutral site as the top seed, but it's a long task to get back to Championship Sunday. Brewer offhands and down. Edie Brewer, 4 assists, 3 kills, doing it all for A&T in this 1st set. Including tying her shoes. Hal Clifton describing Edie Brewer this week. He's happy that she returned to this team and so confident in her floor leadership. He lets her take over practices at times and run the team on a daily basis.
You see just a lot of trust there, and he talks about her she loves the game so much. She grew up with the game. She's a volleyballer. And that definitely is displayed in how she runs the court and how she plays.
She'll look to rally this A&T club that dropped 6 of 7 sets against High Point. And another service error for the Panthers. Renfro shoots it long. So High Point, 4 errors in this set. That's a huge difference on the scoreboard here in set 1. As Naya Sautel to serve. The freshman who averaged 3.5 kills per set. That was top 3 in the league. And we'll see the other counterpart, Mayberry, who's out of rotation now. Good dig by Sautel. Richards offhands. Oh no. No contact, in fact. So point for the Panthers. That net was shaking, some hands were moving. Hal Clifton deciding not to challenge here. That's a low rocket for Laboy Rivera. Missed her targeting system, and that sneaks over the net. Good play. Brewer with the dig. Here's Richards. Roll shot deep, corner. And Mackenzie Richards creative with her 2nd kill.
Mackenzie Richards doing this crossbody line shot as well down the line. Both outsides on, or all the outsides on either team, really trying to work that line, and it's because both teams are in a 6-2. They're trying to make the setter play the first ball.
Risky serve that sends Eidelberg to the floor. Dug up by Porcher. That is out. As Maya Johnson misses long at High Point, back within 1. Here's Mackenzie Thornburg, the senior setter on the all-conference first team this year. She made the 2nd team in the spring. What a great year for Thornburg. And there's an antenna touch for Richards, so all scored at 14.
I think Mackenzie Richards just kind of over-rotating on that ball. Still, you can tell she's trying to work that line, those blockers' hands she's hoping's there.
Brewer goes to the back row to set up Sautel. And a nice swing from the 10-foot line. A&T with a 1-point lead at our media timeout. The Aggies want to pull the upset tonight. Off to a good start here in the 1st set.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, and we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
Big things are happening this year across the South, from the mountains to the coast. The fast are getting faster. The strong are getting stronger. And the best is getting better. Get ready to raise your expectations. Get ready for something big. Ingalls, a proud sponsor of Big South Sports.
So Ryan Meek, the Big South Coach of the Year, second time winning the award. He's followed a long tenure of conference coaching success. What has Meek been able to do to guide this High Point program back to a #1 seed?
He's recruited some exceptional players, and he continues to kind of grow the athletic ability of the program. And you kind of can see a consistency of the type of player that he likes to recruit to High Point and that has been successful for his program. And so he's stayed with that in all his 4 seasons.
That's led to 3 conference titles in 4 years. However, Richards has other plans with the roof, and the energy from A&T's on full display.
I like this matchup of number 11, Gabrielle Eidelberg for High Point against number 18, Shaylin Hall for A&T.
Shea Hall led the conference in blocks this fall, forcing an overtouch from Eidelberg. From the back row, Sawtell hits the back line, and A&T's rolling in set 1.
Huge back row attack by the freshman Naya Sawtell. Something you didn't see last night. She's really getting a flow. She's really showing up here today with some heavy swings early on.
How about the championship result from the spring champions of the MEAC? Palazzolo, left-handed touch over. Brewer over the block. That is on the back line, and everything going the way of A&T. A club that came in as the 4 seed, hitting .278 in set 1.
That's incredible. You see this energy here, and they're like, hey, we've been here before. We're champions. We want to make it to Championship Sunday in the Big South as well. Forcing
a High Point timeout, and this Aggie club, without the presence of their head coach, Hal Clifton, tonight. Blaine Tendler leading the squad, and clearly, Tammy, a club that struggled last night to defeat USC Upstate in 4 sets, but playing with so much more confidence here in the semifinals.
That's exactly what they wanted. This is what their team's known for, just that energy. And I think they were playing with just this a little bit more timid focus last night, you could say, which happens sometimes to teams in tournament because they know there's a lot more on the line than just the regular season.
A&T hitting an incredible .278. High Point, meanwhile, looking for answers. You see the assistant coach, Jill Sykes from Hendrix College, leading this huddle.
And this is where High Point speaks to that playing with composure. They don't want to stray away from what they've been doing, and so when they're seeing these different shots, these kills that score, they're getting blocked. So how do they respond to that when they haven't necessarily had that pressure on them in 30-some matches? Remember, A&T in the regular season hit just .158 against High Point. They've doubled that number here in this matchup. Speaking to a balanced offense led by 4 kills from Edie Brewer. And here's Addie Warfield, her setting compatriot to serve. Thornburg in system. Out to Palazzolo, and a nice dig by Warfield. Richards off hands. And the Panthers need some rhythm, hitting at .158. There's a double touch from Thornburg, and everything going A&T's way. This is a 4-0 run. High Point searching for answers in this first set as the reigning champions. Thornburg goes outside. Palazzolo terminates. The freshman stepping up from Shelby Twin, Michigan. That's a big swing. Her first kill. High Point in system with a great pass that time. And that's where High Point's so dangerous when they are in system and they can have their middle up instead of the top. It just leaves so much space and they hit really hard.
Richards tight to the net, just snuck it over. Bump to Mayberry. That stays in on the near line. Great swing from Mayberry, the first team all-conference hitter who's been slow in this match. 9 attacks, only 2 kills.
And they're going cross court with that swing, catching Edie Brewer a little off guard, thinking it was maybe out.
Brewer laid off on it. It landed in. Richards cross court into the belly of Thornburg. Here's Mayberry. Again, finding the back line, and Dylan Mayberry, who hit over 302 matchups against A&T, has found her confidence. Timeout, Aggies.
Dylan Mayberry now showing that how she can mix shots, going cross and taking it back just down the line. She's just impressive. She gets up really high for an outside in this conference.
So you see Blaine Tendler leading the squad tonight. This is kind of unforeseen for us as well, figuring out with Hal Clifton not being available. So we do want to note that Fatima Shabazz, she is out with a family emergency this weekend. So the head coach, Clifton, is joining Fatima on the road. So the assistant, Blaine Tendler, leads the squad. Speaking of the family vibes this program has.
Yes, and Blaine Tendler is very familiar with the volleyball game, the collegiate game, and he often trained players in the club and the juniors level to go on and play in college. So there's a lot of trust there between the coaches and the players, and definitely speaks to the family culture that they have.
Also worth noting that Fatima Shabazz not in the lineup tonight. She's back home in Cincinnati visiting her family, going through an emergency at home. An A&T club that finished the season strong. Not only winning matches, but picking up some critical junctures. 5-1 in their last 6. High Point, a 5-game winning streak to close out the season. And a block for Eidelberg. First rejection for High Point.
You have Shaylin Hall's blocked Eidelberg now with a one-on-one, and now Eidelberg's blocked Shaylin Hall.
Shea Hall and Mallory Porcher, the best hitting middle blocker tandem in the league. That's some great defense from Eidelberg as Brewer struggles with the serve. Freed over by Warfield. Thornburg in system. And LeBroy Rivera keeps it up. Brewer pushes it wide and gets the touch at the net. That's a big response, stopping a 4-0 run.
That was a powerful cross-body swing by Edie Brewer. She didn't even really have an approach.
And High Point immediately wants a challenge. Ryan Meek wasting no time. Okay, so no challenge, in fact. So the Aggies in to serve. That was Morgan Allen floating it in. And a strong left-handed swing. Maria Miggins, the junior from Woodland, Texas, on the kill. Can High Point ride this momentum late in set 1 when the Aggies were up 19-14? Warfield out wide to Sautel, and Eidelberg kept it up. Mayberry into the goal, ruled out. And that's an easy challenge there. That looked in right away.
Yes, I think you absolutely have to call that challenge. Line judge missing that one, but it's a tough job. It's not a job I want. As powerful and as fast as that ball is coming from these players.
So unfortunately, we don't have the instant replay at the moment, but what a swing point. I've assumed this will get overturned, so 20-20. And as High Point in a great position to pull out set 1. Tammy Hevel, Jill Sykes, who ranked top 12 in career aces for her program and really guiding this team. Ryan Meek taking a seat, letting his assistants go to work during this timeout.
Well, Jill, as associate head coach for High Point, just a lot of trust there, and she speaks to, I think, a lot of times their offense and what they're doing, and then what to expect from A&T.
That call was ruled out initially as the R2 checks it over. Robert Kyle. What about from A&T? What do they have to do to settle the nerves here after High Point's gone on a big run to get this match essentially back to even in the first set?
I think a little more discipline on some of the offensive swings they're making, so it's not so close like this. So that's settling the pass a little more, and then defense being a little more stopped and ready in the back row for High Point swings.
Here comes our ruling. Oh, the call stand. Oh, no, it's called in. He deked me. Kept his hand at a weird angle, and I wasn't sure if he was pointing down for the point or
Same.
over to A&T.
Same. So we're all tied up here at 20-20. It's a game to 5.
So with that, High Point on a run. And now the Panthers can serve for the lead with Gabrielle Eidelberg.
A&T in a good position here with Naya Sautel on the outside and Edie Brewer attacking from the right.
Eidelberg with 8 aces on the year. Puts some pressure on, and the block puts the Panthers in front. Mink combines with Miggins.
Mariah Miggins being huge on that block there. Big press, and excellent lineup.
So High Point on a 5-0 run to regain the lead. LaBoy Rivera, nice return. Brewer on the back set is blocked. That's the player of the year in Dylan Mayberry with the rejection. Timeout, A&T.
High Point really coming alive and excited, as they should be after those 2 incredible blocks in that position.
How about this response from High Point, a 4-0 run right when A&T had all the momentum, and clearly the stars have shined for High Point.
Dylan Mayberry there, Mariah Miggins, huge blocks. And I think that's what Coach Jill Sykes, she's actually speaking to that defense. That's what she is coaching up. And talk about that composure we talked about earlier. They were behind, and now they've taken the lead. A situation, again, they probably haven't been in much this season.
High Point in the regular season only dropped 4 sets in their final 10 matchups, and that was a 3-set loss in this building to Campbell. Otherwise, 16 sweeps during the regular season. They were dominant at times and closed out the year with a 15-1 conference slate. So Gabrielle Eidelberg continuing to serve in her 89th match. Back set to Brewer. Off hands and down for a point. That's a composed response from the senior.
You really saw A&T's serve receive passers focusing in, having their arms ready, their feet ready. They were zoned in on Eidelberg and where her serve was going.
Brewer with a match high 6 kills. She's coming off a triple-double last night, her 5th of the season. Tight set from Thornburg. Good dig by Warfield. Porcher misses long, and High Point 2 away from the set.
Mariah Miggins, the lefty for High Point, setter and right side hitter. I'm always excited to see a lefty on the court.
Yeah, it was yourself back in the day. Miggins part of a talented and deep roster, 20 strong for High Point, but a costly service error by Miggins gets A&T back within 1.
Both teams still trying to serve deep into the court. You haven't seen anyone try serving short yet in this match.
Edie Brewer sits 3rd all-time in A&T aces. Puts a dangerous one at Palazzolo. Here's Mayberry. Roll shot. Down. And ruled down. So point, High Point. Set point coming up in the first. Maybe. Maybe not. Coming in to serve, Colleen Renfro for the set. Off the body of Allen. Brewer frees it over. High Point comes back to take set one, and the kill by Sydney Palazzolo. And the top seed takes some adversity early. They respond with a 25-22 win.
NCAT sending this free ball over here that's in a High Point in system over the top to the outside.
The Panthers take set one.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Power isn't born, it's built over time. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing the muscle to move more drivers. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain. And we back it with a powerful protection plan. So wherever the road or the trail takes you, we have the selection, value, and strength to get you there. Hercules Tires, ride on our strength.
There's not a secret to what actually happens behind the scenes at a bank. Here at First Citizens, we're trying to educate the client in each step of what's actually going to happen and actually have them make the educated decision around what steps and what options they utilize. We want to become that trusted advisor that actually guides them down that road, helping you reach your goals. That's Forever First.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees with lows ranging in the upper 50s. Tomorrow's more of the same, plus some light wind coming in from the northeast. Coming up at 8:30, Paul's got an exclusive
Babe,
heartwarming
it's
story
8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
And now Pepsi presents what fans like, because Pepsi knows what fans like. The North Carolina A&T fans did not like the end of that set. High Point on the 11-2 run to close out set one. Tammy, so numbers early in this match. High Point sits in the top 20 in the country in assists per set. Well, 12 assists really helped the cause in that first set.
Yes, and how about Dylan Mayberry, first team all-conference, player of the year, coming alive with 5 kills on only 1 error, and that was early on, for hitting a 667.
Mayberry responded late in that set as well with some critical kills.
And if you're NCAT, she's one that you're going to have to slow down. She's going to get some kills, but you can't allow her to have that many.
So Mackenzie Thornburg starts this set with a swing, 97 career matches. Brewer, who led A&T with kills in the first set, is dug up. Nice hands from Renfro. And Warfield to the floor. Miscommunication with Brewer, that time with Hall, and a point for the Panthers. A&T has to find their energy here in set two. They came out so strong in the first set. Warfield back to Brewer. Now Renfro in system over to Thornburg. And a double touch gives A&T the point. From an emotional standpoint, Tammy, you come out, if you're A&T, so much energy and charisma, only to drop the first set. How do you find a response emotionally?
They just need to let that one go. That's one that now it's over with. You got to put it past you and approach this set with that same energy and aggressiveness that you did well in the first.
Great defensive play by Wesling. Sautel can fire missiles. And Brewer with a soft touch finds the corner, beating the arm of Renfro. So Edie Brewer with a match-high 7 kills. And now Morgan Allen into serve. Great touch by Eidelberg down the pipe. And Gabrielle Eidelberg with her 2nd kill.
Amazing turn there by Eidelberg. I mean, hitting the left front almost in the face. That was such a sharp kill.
Gabrielle Eidelberg, season high of 13 kills. Has been effective in conference play. 2 kills a set. And the roof again. Mayberry dominating the net.
Edie Brewer has seen success here when she's hitting on the left side of the pen, be able to hit through the block. Not seeing that over there on the right side against Dylan Mayberry.
39 blocks on the season for Mayberry, and an ace for the Panthers, pulling away in set 2. That's Palazzolo with the ace.
Nice aggressive serve there against Naya Sautel.
LeBoy Rivera goes to the ground, and a little miscommunication there with Sautel. Free ball is over, and some critical serving errors on receive from A&T. This is a 5-0 High Point run. Palazzolo, that's a rifle of a serve. Brewer on the run. Palazzolo tried to save it, and that probably would have gone out. Instead, it's a point for the Aggies.
It looked like it was going long. Edie Brewer almost struggling to even get there to get that ball.
A&T tonight without Fatima Shabazz, the redshirt senior right side. Looking to find contributions with different hitters. Brewer had a triple-double yesterday, and Sautel hits one into the chest of Palazzolo. More than just an offensive player, as the true freshman all-conference. There's an arm on it, and can't stop the swing from Mallory Porcher.
That'll be important for A&T and Addie Warfield getting that ball to her middles a little bit more, making High Point really have to think about where Warfield's going to set.
A&T's defense, 2nd in blocks, 2nd in hit percentage, and showing you why. Porcher with the roof.
We got some emotions coming from these blocks now afterwards. Getting excited. You can see that rivalry is going to keep beefing up between Edie and Dylan.
Brewer got her hand on it for the most part. It's a solo block. And the senior stepping up for her team. Thornburg goes middle, and Eidelberg beats the block that time. Nice in-system touch for High Point.
That was such a fast swing by Eidelberg. I mean, such a fast swing and cut, sharp cut back to right back. That's a tough shot for a lot of time for middles to make.
Gabby Eidelberg, 2.4 kills per set, 2nd on the team. And a missed set there by Warfield. Couldn't find Porcher. So in the first set, A&T hit nearly 200. In this set, 111. High Point's defense stepping up at the right time. Warfield goes outside. Sautel on the roll touches the floor. And if A&T is going to stay in this match, they need a lot of points from Naya Sautel.
They do, and that was a nice heads-up play by her of testing the defense out. She's one that likes to go strong. She likes to hit hard, and that was a nice finesse tip right up and over the block.
Brewer with a deep shot to Westling. Now Mayberry overhands and finds the floor. No, rolled live ball. Instead, a second chance, a touch at the net, and a kill for Madison Smith, the redshirt junior from Hilliard, Ohio. How about that defensive play? We can cue it up again of what A&T did to keep that ball alive.
I don't even know which one of A&T's players got that up when I think back on it, but way to push forward and for them to get that.
A&T, a scrappy club, wins in 5 of their last 6 to get to this semifinal. And Sautel barely gets it over. Back set, dug up by Brewer on the swing from Sally. Now Brewer from the back row rolls it over. Brewer turns from a setter to a hitter and tees up Sautel. High Point saving everything. And a roof. Maya Johnson terminates the point.
What a great press there by Maya Johnson. Actually lining up there with Mallory Porcher, but Maya Johnson's in the middle position on that block.
A&T leads the conference 2.5 blocks per set, and this is the momentum. When A&T's playing well in the front row, they're a totally different team. In the country, 64th in total blocks. Everyone's chasing Maryland for the nation's record. Cross-court dig by Richards. Now McKenzie swings off hands. Brewer thought about attacking, then sets. That makes Brewer so effective from the back row. And on the slide, Maggie Sally with the kill. That's her first. And High Point's offense so balanced. 7 different players have scored.
And I like the control High Point is showing with their digs here. Right up in system. Nice swing, really no block there on Maggie Sally.
Deep serve to LeBoy Rivera. And Sautel from the back row. That's a missile. Give her 5 kills tonight. Boy, Nia Sautel continues to grow in her true freshman year. Came to the program late in the summer, and she has picked things up quickly. Following the footsteps of her sister, who plays volleyball at FAU. Palazzolo into the back corner. At High Point, back up 2. The young talent in this Big South Conference. That all-freshman team is pretty stacked, if you ask me.
If you could take all of them and put them on the team, I think that would be really solid.
4 combined players on the all-freshman team between these 2 clubs. With the winner to face Campbell tomorrow night. Richards off hands, and a double touch there from Shea Hall. Has had a rough start to her match. Boy, it felt like A&T had a great chance to control set 1, up 19-14. The High Point comes back. Now Johnson off hands and a roof. Eidelberg will get credit for it, but she got a lot of help there from Palazzolo. As a timeout called by Coach Blaine Tendler. High Point rolling in set 2, looking to take control and want a trip to the finals. We'll have more after this on ESPN+. And a perfect 2-0 against A&T. And Tammy, this is a club that has had no trouble beating Big South opponents for 2 straight years, 31-1. They found their rhythm, especially late tonight.
Yes, and I think what I like that I'm seeing about them is they're really controlling their digs well. After a little chaotic in set 1 early on, and they kind of calmed it down, controlled their digs more in system in the transition offense, and that's leading to their success in kills.
Looks like we have an issue with the court here. If we can tilt down just a bit to see what they're talking about. Not sure if it's a wet spot or what's going on, but a lot of attention being drawn on that one spot on the court. And especially if you're A&T playing on that same side of the net the entire match, I understand why that needs to be checked.
Well, looks like someone's bringing out a spray bottle and a towel. Unless something's sticky or slick. Or sometimes if it has to be cleaned if there was blood by chance.
That definitely is possible.
You definitely want to keep it sanitized, and sometimes that happens if you have people diving on the floors, scrapes and whatnot.
Got to thank the operations staff at Campbell, making sure this place is nice and clean. Or is that Edie Brewer just taking a moment to let her team take a deep breath, overcome a rough start here in set 2, and see what's in store for her club that has been storming as of late. First year in the Big South, picked up their first ever tournament win yesterday, but now trail the reigning champions in High Point. Brewer slides into set. And Shea Hall, a difficult touch at the net. This has been a rough start for the senior middle blocker out of Raleigh. And High Point on the verge of taking over with a 2-set lead.
Yes, you're in NCAT now, being this many points behind. You really got to do something here to get the energy back and going.
Brewer goes middle, and an easy dig for Westling. What a swing. Maggie Sally on the right side puts the ball away.
Another offensive weapon for High Point, who swings with a heavy arm.
Sally's one of 4 starters with 2 or more kills per set. That ball snuck over, and that should have been an illegal touch, but play continues. Out to Palazzolo, down line, and a net violation on the Aggies. So as Johnson hits the net, High Point leads by 7.
And this is where High Point just thrives. They know once they get into this position, 7 points ahead, they can kind of relax a little bit, I feel like, and they run their offense well.
Westling on the bump set. There's a roof. Shea Hall does what she does best. Leads the conference in blocks, and there's her first of the night. A lot of personality on these blocks as well. A&T not afraid to be passionate and excited about making plays.
Besides really just crushing the ball into the court on an attack, there's not much else I think that gives that same excitement but getting a stuffed block.
And A&T has done a bunch of those. Leads the Big South in blocks as Brewer collects her first, and the do-it-all senior adds another stat to the score sheet.
And even more exciting if you get to do it one-on-one on occasion.
Edie Brewer, maybe not in the top 10 in career blocks, but she's about everything else. Kills, assists, and digs for the 5th-year senior. Palazzolo tries it again, goes over the wall. Now Brewer on the set to Sautel. That somehow finds the floor in a crafty play from the true freshman.
Edie Brewer now has done that a couple of times now, gone back row on the pipe to Naya Sautel, and she has scored each time.
Sautel up to 6 kills. Brewer has 8. That's the offense for A&T. Heidelberg, an awkward touch over. And Howell's return is scooped up. Boy, Maggie Sally has a rocket of an arm from the right side. And the junior's up to 3 kills.
Shaylin Hall, I think, feel for A&T, struggling a little bit to get out completely so that she can help on the block. But Maggie Sally, another really strong swing cross court.
Sally closed the regular season with double-figure kills in her last 2 matches, picking up where she left off tonight. As Brewer goes into the net, Edie Brewer leads this team in assists, in total attacks, and when you're trying to fill that role of Fatima Shabazz, a lot is put on the shoulders of Brewer.
And I think she knows that, and she knows she's used to carrying this team. That ball there, out of system, a little off the net, and she didn't quite get her feet to the ball.
There's another back row swing and no touch at the net. So High Point leads by 7 and a chance to put a huge firm hold on this match. Timeout A&T. How about the Panthers taking control in this second set, Tammy, especially with their defense in the front row?
Yes, good digs. Again, they're controlling the ball so well, and then they've been in system the majority of the time. And as they're in system, they're just able to run anyone on their front row.
So High Point on the verge of a 2-set lead. They'll face Campbell tomorrow, the winner of this matchup. Tammy, which team would give the Camels the biggest challenge in their building tomorrow night?
Well, both teams, when they played here, well, I would say High Point did not play well against Campbell when they were here. Their only loss of the season. A&T coming back, being down 2 sets to Campbell. Either way, either team, it's going to be an exciting championship.
A&T without Fatima Shabazz, who led the team in kills the last time these squads met. She's dealing with a family emergency back home in Cincinnati, and wish her all the best, including her head coach, Hal Clifton, going on that trip to keep an eye on Fatima. High Point fully rested and fully loaded. Palazzolo has 6 kills, and out of nowhere, Maggie Sally's been a huge weapon. 5 kills on 8 swings from the right side.
What I like about High Point now is they're spreading out their offense a little bit. They've been heavy laden on the outside attempts, but now starting to use their right-sided middles more.
Warfield tight on the net, and Hannah Howell scooped up. Thornburg goes backside, and another weapon, Madison Smith, with that swing. Great defense from Westling. High Point keeping everything up. A&T doing the same. Now the bump to Smith. Off hands and out. High Point continuing this 4-0 run and really building some separation in the second set.
And it's coming from the swings of their attackers. They've used the block. They've hit some really heavy cross-court shots into the defense.
Sautel down the middle, dug up perfectly by Renfro. However, a violation, double touch for the Panthers, gives A&T a big point. Morgan Allen coming in to serve. She's appeared in over 20 matches, mostly off the bench. Sophomore from Charlotte. Thornburg tees it up, and Palazzolo hits a rocket towards Warfield. Allen takes a rare swing from the back row. You saw her bench ready to just explode on that swing. And that shot is out. A rare miss for Madison Smith. So 2 straight points for A&T, who desperately need to extend this set. Because falling behind 2-0 to High Point, there's hardly a chance of coming back to get to the championship final.
Right, and if you're A&T here, you just got to take it point by point.
That's off the hands of Hall, so High Point the first to 20. Panthers hitting .283 in this second set and really taking control with their offensive hitters. And there's a lot of them with Ryan Meek's club. This team led the conference in hit percentage and kills and add an ace to that total. 6th of the match for High Point, or 3rd, I should say. Another rocket serve to LeBoy Rivera. Brewer on the back set, ricochets off the block, and Edie Brewer carrying the low with her 9th kill.
A&T really relying on Brewer, as we've said, but to extend this match, they're really going to have to find more, to get more attempts to Sautel, Porcher, get Shaylin Hall going.
Back set to Smith, a little behind her, so A&T can swing in system. Sautel off the block, hits her shoulder, and a net violation on the joust. Porcher got her arm in there. So High Point taking control in set 2 after the Aggies had set 1 a big stranglehold at 19-14. High Point came storming back, and now a service substitution as Evie Eckensberger, the Plano, Texas product, comes in.
That's the thing about High Point is they are so consistent. So when you have those opportunities to force them to make some errors like A&T did in the first set, but to keep that up, you just have to play on point, and that is so hard.
Thornburg goes backside to Smith. That's through the block of Porcher. And High Point having no trouble against the Big South's leading front row blocking team, as the Panthers now hitting .300 in the match. Service error will extend this set a bit longer. That was A&T's big calling card in set one. The Panthers had 5 service errors. What can Edie Brewer draw up? She's done everything tonight. Unfortunately, a service error will put A&T in a tough position. Set point for the Panthers.
What A&T unfortunately has seen in this one, just the compounding errors. It's not that that they have errors, of course, but the compounding ones that have just led to those runs and points.
So Maria Miggins serves for the set. Nice pipe play for Richards, but it doesn't work. And a block extends the match. Sawtell gets her paws on it. And the true freshman, 6 kills in her first block. Nia Sawtell named to the second team all-conference this fall. A true freshman as well. That's a big gift for Hal Clifton's club, with 4 freshmen getting integrated. There's a swing into the net for Sally. So a nice run for A&T here late. Need a heck of a run to win set 2. Set point for the Panthers. Out in system to Mayberry. LaBoy Rivera digs it up. Howell off of hands. Great dig by Wessling. And High Point takes set 2. Maggie Sally collects her 6th kill. And the Panthers are balanced offensively. They found their rhythm and now lead 2 sets to none.
Another great swing by Maggie Sally, and the A&T struggling with that cross-court defense, whether it's Edie Brewer that needs to take that or Nia Sawtell going in front.
High Point leads 2-0 thanks in large part to the play of junior outside Maggie Sally.
Maggie Sally just hitting really efficiently, being really aggressive from her right side swings, attacking mainly cross court into the defense, but that puts the ball into Edie Brewer or Eddie Warfield's hands, though, to take them out of system. And getting great block touches, too.
Sally's taken over this match. 6 kills, hitting .364, and really no answer for A&T defensively.
If A&T is going to contend in this third set, they definitely have to figure out how to slow down the offense of High Point, whether it's just getting some more touches on the ball so that they can dig the ball up, or getting back to what they know of with more blocks.
High Point struggled late in set 1. But boy, Maggie Sally, a secret weapon for the Panthers. She had a season best 15 kills against Campbell. That was at home in a 5-set win. What a nice addition for High Point. She was a marginal player in the spring, had a decent attacks, played a bunch against UCF in the NCAA tournament, but really taken a huge step from year 2 to year 3, and A&T's had no answers for what she can do.
You got to wonder with this spring season due to COVID, how that coming off of that experience and then right away into a fall season, how much growth you've probably seen in back-to-back playing seasons.
So here's what's cooking. High Point, the reigning champs, they want to return to the final. It was just a regular season crown in the spring. And Campbell, the home squad, a straight set win. So that sets up what'll be a fantastic final tomorrow on ESPN3. We do want to note that Hal Clifton's back on the bench for A&T. The head coach has returned. And that's certainly great news for A&T with their leader, their 9-year head coach, back on the bench, and hopefully an emotional lift for the Aggies.
You definitely don't want to miss this important match here in the Big South tournament, but also says something about how Clifton putting the concern first for his player. Again, speaking to the family environment that they have at A&T.
Mackenzie Thornburg starts it off with a tip, and Gabby Eidelberg finds the floor. So Eidelberg joins the party of 5+ kill players in the first 2 sets now, Tammy. 5 different attackers with 5 or more kills.
What makes High Point just so strong is just the incredible offense they have in all their players.
High Point entered this matchup first in assist percent, first in hitting percentage, in kills, and in aces. Doing so many things well offensively. What can A&T do to shake off what High Point does so well and try to extend this match to 4 sets?
I think A&T is going to focus on their defense, getting more digs, more quality digs.
There's a great dig by LeBoy Rivera. And Brewer taps it over. Thornburg in system, goes middle. Eidelberg to the back line. 2 early kills for Gabby Eidelberg, the second-team all-conference member.
Eidelberg so quick off the ground, so quick for their arm swing. That ball actually too low for her, I thought. I was surprised that she even was able to get it over the net.
5 players on the first-team all-conference for High Point. 5 of the 6 on the floor right now as Shea Hall in system. It's been a slow start for the middle blocker. Gets her first kill tonight. A&T without the services of Fatima Shabazz, the redshirt senior right side. So Edie Brewer taking a ton of swings, 20 attacks. And Sautel looks to carry the load as well. Mayberry over the block. Now Brewer bump set to Sautel. Great save by Palazzolo. Warfield scoops it up. Sautel off balance. Tight roll shot and a net violation. Otherwise, that would have been a pretty defensive play. So A&T takes the lead.
And just there, like Addie Warfield with an incredible dig down the line. That's what A&T has to do. They have to get more of those digs so they can transition that into an attack attempt.
Thornburg in system. 1-2 touch, and Sophia Mink terminates.
And really the first for Sophia Mink she's been quiet offensively. They haven't gone to her much, but man, what she can do when they set her there.
Sophia Mink, 5 matches with 6 or more kills. Just another weapon in the middle for Ryan Meek, the coach of the year in the Big South. Tight touch of the net for Sally, who starred in set 2. Sautel gets a wick of Jenny Westling. And if Nia Sautel can pick up her game, she's hitting .280. A&T has a chance in this third set, but they need production from Sautel.
Absolutely, and getting those digs to transition to her, I think it speaks to what she is in the front row. They purposely put her there so she could go through 3 rotations.
High Point frees it over. A&T in system. Sautel off balance to the back row. That's a smart swing from the true freshman who was named to the All-Conference. Second team gets an assist from her first team All-Conference member, Edie Brewer. Float serve from Brewer. Sally in system. And Coach Hal Clifton says, I got it. Nonetheless, a great swing from High Point.
It's a nice cross pattern play by High Point. You see Mink going behind, Sally staying in front. And up against that one-on-one block.
Going middle to Sautel, and High Point sniffs it out with Renfro. Sally, the roll shot. Richards off hands and a smart swing down the line for Mackenzie Richards. That's her 3rd kill.
I like that, just kind of off speed a little bit swing by Richards right up into the top of the block.
However, if you're A&T, Richards has 3 kills. Those are the only players with more than 2. It's been Brewer and Sautel doing a ton of the work. Hannah Howell says, I can join the party. The overpass terminated. There's some beneficiary scoring.
Aggressive serve to an overpass for an easy kill.
Hannah Howell, the true freshman from St. Louis Park, Minnesota. A&T had set 1 in their grasp, but let High Point come back. And then dominating set 2. That's out from the Panthers. So A&T doubling up High Point in this 3rd set. A&T has played more 5-set matches than any team in the Big South. They have a 3-3 record in those games.
A lot of experience in long matches.
High Point's played just 1 5-setter, and they beat Campbell in it. That's breaking the block. Sally tools it. What a nice performance. 7 kills. That's a team high for Morgan Sally. Here's Jenny Wesling, 3rd in the conference in aces per set, and almost has another. Back set for Miggins. That sneaks through the block, and Howell almost had it. Instead, guess who? It's Sally again.
No surprise that they continue to feed Sally because she just continues to be successful with her attacks.
When these teams last met, Sally had 7 kills. She's been dominant tonight. And there's an illegal touch, double touch for High Point. If A&T can weather the storm early, Tammy, it certainly seems that they would have the ability to come back. Not necessarily to push at 5, but if any club in the Big South could do this, it would be NCAT.
They have shown a lot of just perseverance throughout many matches in this conference season. So absolutely, they have that mental toughness to make this match extend.
Great swing and another terminating point for the Panthers. Gabby Eidelberg gets involved in the action. Just speaking to what Maggie Sally can do. In her last 4 matches, she averaged 9 kills, so 3 kills per set. Really picking up offensively for the Panthers at the end of the year, and that's when it's really important. Brewer has to go all over the court to find that ball, and Richards clears it. Off touch from Eidelberg, so an awkward angle for Palazzolo. Oh, and it finds the floor. High Point taking advantage of a miscue.
I think Hannah Howe was trying to clear out and let the libero Andrea LaBoy Rivera take that. That's usually what happens. She takes second ball, but not enough communication there.
Brewer goes middle and misses her target. Not on the same page of Shea Hall. So High Point has evened this match on a 4-0 run.
A&T needing a really good pass here and set up so Edie Brewer can set a good tempo ball.
There's a pass. Richards punches it into the corner and it falls down. That's just what you asked for, Tammy Freeze. 4th kill for Mackenzie Richards.
I think that was a nice selection by Brewer to go to the right side with Mackenzie Richards there.
Richards, when at her best, she averages 2.5 kills per set, but they'll need a lot of production from the senior. Had 13 kills last night and hit 235. That was the season best in a drag-em-out dogfight in the quarterfinals last night. Heidelberg in system, boom, boom, boom. It's so quick for the Panthers. When they're returning serve well, it's a tough team to beat.
And A&T not really running a bunch block system where their outside pens can help on that, so they are just going one-on-one with her. She is just so effective and just hitting super sharp hits.
Hal Clifton mentioned this week he wants to win the one-on-one matchups, but High Point has other plans. There's Heidelberg with the roof.
And she probably touches the highest of anyone I've seen on a block. High and up and over. Look at that press. She's getting above her elbows, almost to her armpits above the net.
High Point, not the best blocking team in this league, but showing it tonight. 16 blocks, and Brewer goes over the net. That's a smart touch. Double figure kills for Edie Brewer. So Brewer now is 2 assists and 1 dig away from her 15th career triple-double.
That's just really amazing, and just amazing play by her all the way around, and just the stamina she has to have, as well as the mental toughness to run an offense and think about what you have to do each play.
There's 1 dig for Brewer. Hall punches it over. High Point wants a lead in set 3, and they almost have it. Sawtell off of hands, and Westling keeps it up. Here's Mayberry, cross court. Great roll shot, and it's down to the floor. Nia Sawtell with double figure kills, and Brewer is now 1 assist away from her triple-double.
You see Nia Sawtell, again, going with that finesse shot right up and over the block.
Nothing falling to the floor easy as there's a question about the substitution patterns for A&T here.
Not sure what the question was, but they seem to work it out.
Okay, so no libero on the court for A&T. And Heidelberg takes advantage, gets the tool of the block, and High Point evens this match at 12.
High Point going to Heidelberg now a little bit more. They're passing well in system. And why not? Because she's so effective right now versus Shaylin Hall.
LaBoy Rivera checks in and struggles with the serve, but freed over by Warfield. Thornburg goes middle. Can A&T respond? Hall hits it out, and High Point back in front. How about in this third set? Both teams hitting over 400. Offense on full display.
This is the best offensive match probably we've seen of the whole tournament. The other matches, not as much because of the digs.
Sawtell wants to join the party, but there's Mayberry to keep it up. Smith through the block, dug up by Warfield. Sawtell's turn, cross court, and the Panthers now in system. Leaning on the player of the year who gets a touch at the net. Ooh, did that hit the net or a player on the net?
I thought it might actually, that Sawtell might have got just kind of a finger on it before letting it go.
And A&T elects to use a challenge. I think that's a great decision. Huge swing point in this third set. The call was a deflection at the net because it did land out. However, it looked like it may have just hit the net and not a player.
I think this is a good time by A&T to definitely throw that challenge. You're in the third set. You're down 2 sets. And you don't want more than a lead of 2 points.
Oh, that did not hit a player by any means.
Well, watch it here, though. Naya Sattel reaching her hand out there. It definitely didn't hit the block. It trickled over the net. If that's what they're looking for, then ball's definitely out in A&T's point.
Take another look.
I thought Sattel might have gotten it here with a finger. She's claiming out.
Watch number 21 in the gold.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for there. Did she actually touch it?
So if High Point keeps this call, sitting on a 2-point lead, what has impressed you about the Panthers' ability to overcome adversity and really put this match away?
High Point then just, I think if they hit this next point, they have that lead, they're just going to continue to capitalize on using their middles and using their right sides, and that's all they need to do. Going out there to Dillon that time, they were heavy laden on the outside before. They've seen success in their middles and right side swings, and they just need to keep at that.
A High Point team, it's won 31 of their last 32 Big South matches. Only dropped 7 sets all year in conference play, and a club that looks very prepared and confident heading into tomorrow's final.
We talked about the key of the game for them, just keeping that composure. And you only saw them a little bit chaotic and really in set 1. Then they went back to that composure, back to what they knew, and they've been just on a roll since. A&T in there, though, they're in this match. And again, did Naya Sattel touch it there?
I don't see any movement of the ball or anything.
Actually, I was just going to say, I see the ball actually put a little more spin on it, so I think she did. We'll have to bet on this one, Evan.
I'll bet you a nickel. I owe you a nickel. I think I can afford that one.
Hey.
So the call stands. A&T down to 1 challenge remaining. And more importantly, the Panthers now with a 2-point lead here in the third set. What can A&T do to respond? A club that's won 5 of their last 6 to get to this Big South semifinal. Mayberry off the block of Hall and freed over. Warfield insistent. Great dig by Thornburg. Brewer dump. Picked up by Idlebrewer. That's smart defense. And put away by Mink into the body of Warfield.
Great fast transition there. A fast transition step by Mackenzie Thornburg.
We'll take the media timeout. High Point rolling here in set 3.
It's bow time. The workday might be ending, but your family's hunger is still gearing up for the night shift. Now you could unload groceries, chop, dice, mince, preheat, heat, slap around the smoke detector, and then celebrate with a big old pile of dishes. Or you could just drop a big bow box on it. Because when you can feed the family with 12 Supremes, fixins, biscuits, and tea, you can clock out and still spend some well-earned quality time with a delicious dinner. It's bow time.
Jackaroni pizza from Papa John's. You're sharing our biggest, most foldable slices with extra cheese and pepperoni. But you're also sharing way more. You're sharing the chance to graduate college, 3 meals a day, and a safe place for kids to learn and grow. Because $1 from every Shaq-a-Roni goes to charities people depend on. It's not just pizza, it's pizza with a purpose.
It's bow time.
Charts, and he sees 6 all-conference players on the first team, a club that's locked in, and the presence of Maggie Sally, double-figure kills, as a nice extra option for the Panthers tonight.
You got to imagine they're feeling pretty comfortable, I think, in this position. Up 2-0, up 3 points in this set. They're right in a position that they're used to being in.
Warfield goes tight to the net, and the A&T struggles offensively. Lead to a dump down from the player of the year in the conference, Dylan Mayberry.
Interesting play there by A&T to kind of bring Shaylin Hall and Edie Brewer all together in front of the setter, but High Point's block didn't have to move at all in that situation.
High Point now hitting .370 in this decisive third set. Great return by Eidelberg, and nearly a second as Brewer puts it down. 11 kills for the senior in what could be her final match at A&T. And Edie Brewer will go down in so many record books. Top 5 in kills, assists, aces, and digs, not to mention the program record in triple doubles. She nearly has it tonight. Sits just 2 digs away. Dornbergen system. Now Sautel, who looks to get going. She does have 10 kills, but it's taken her a ton of swings. Mayberry, meanwhile, perfectly down the line. And Dylan Mayberry, 7 kills tonight. You see this Campbell staff waiting in the wings, knowing what's next tomorrow. What a moment for a staff that just picked up a win today, and they are scouting every opponent just in case for who's tomorrow. What goes through the mind of a coach when you wait on the wings for your opponent?
I think they're probably pretty excited still that they made their win tonight and they're in the championship.
Great swing again by Maggie Sally, who finds the back corner. How valuable are these moments when you watch a team and you scout? I know opponents are different, but can you take anything from what, let's say, High Point's doing tonight that translates tomorrow?
I think the Campbell coaches are probably looking at how is a High Point attacking A&T, and are there any different tendencies they can pick up on that the High Point players do? And then you also watch what has been successful for A&T in attacking towards High Point or serving towards High Point. Who have they served that it's worked for them? And those are things that the Campbell coaches can look at.
So timeout for A&T. High Point on the brink of a championship push. They've really taken control here, Tammy, in set 3. This is a 4-0 scoring run, and a High Point team dominant with first-team all-conference players. They were picked first in the league. They came off an undefeated season and lived up to the billing tonight.
They are, and just look at all those all-conference first-team members from High Point. And what makes them so solid, you don't see them making attacking errors, not often as you see as in some of the other teams.
So Dylan Mayberry, Gabby Eidelberg, Jenny Wesling, and the 2 setters combining for the all-conference team. It's about as stacked as you could get for High Point. And to their credit, lived up to the billing, and even tonight with some adversity in that first set, they have taken control since.
I mean, they are putting up the numbers here, like hitting .344 on the match, not so many errors, lots of digs as well. And again, kudos to those setters for High Point, and you don't have those attacks without those beautiful sets.
Here's what's coming up tomorrow. Campbell takes on the winner of this match. Could be a rematch of a great regular season meeting. High Point 1-5 at High Point. Campbell swept here at home. And round 3 would be quite a delicious final on Sunday at 4. Brewer on the run, sets up Sautel. And Naya Sautel with a match-high 12 kills. A&T needs a ton of that here in this third set.
A&T only 5 points behind. That's not a tremendous gap. It's a bigger gap than you want. 4 points is usually kind of the standard when you want to take a timeout.
And a net violation on Sautel. Went over the net to play it before Mermiggins could get after it. That's one of those verticality rules I don't love particularly in the sport, but I do understand why it's called.
Right, and Edie Brewer's going to come talk to the ref a little bit about that one. Because a lot of times, usually if it's falling, it's on the third contact and falling close to the net. You can get away with it more so reaching slightly over onto your opponent's side. But otherwise, it really has to be towards the plane.
So with that, play continues. High Point sitting 5 away from taking this match in straight sets. Good serve by Renfro. Sautel on the shoot. No touch at the net. So the hitting woes continue here in set 3. A&T at 125 in the third. That's a service error for Renfro. Big bugaboo for the Panthers in the first set, but the serving's been much better in sets 2 and 3.
They've definitely found the court more, always still serving really deep and aggressive. I think both teams stuck to that strategy of just pushing the passers back.
Float serve from the Aggies. High Point returns it in system, and it results in a one-touch kill. Sophia Mink gets the Panthers within 3 points of the championship final.
And starting to see the effects of the score now on A&T's players' faces.
Last time out for North Carolina A&T. They want to stop this run as High Point pulling away in the third. Tammy, it's tough to beat any team when you can't play defense, and with High Point hitting 355 in this match, it essentially has been all offense for the Panthers tonight.
It has. A&T just kind of, I think, struggled getting some of those touches on the ball or touches that are controlled, settled up to the middle of the court. And how about High Point just spreading their offense out again, just incredible with the number of attempts spread out through all outsides, middles, and rights.
So what excites you about tomorrow's final? Campbell and High Point, top 2 teams in the league, and they'll meet for a chance for an NCAA tournament berth.
I think it's that rivalry. You know, of course, every match here in the Big South Tournament, exciting and some good matchups. But there's always been a little extra, I'd say, animosity between High Point and Campbell. Definitely a conference rivalry between these clubs.
You see Natalia Gutierrez check in, the freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia, on the back line for A&T. High Point wants a trip back to the finals. It's been since 2018 when they won the championship, 3 straight years. Richards into the back row, easily dug up. And Sally gets a touch at the net, so High Point 2 points from the match. Here's Micaiah Truman in to serve, the junior from Virginia, and she shoots one out of play. A&T will come up short tonight in this match, Tammy, but to win 5 of their last 6, rally from being a 6 seed up to the 4, their highest finish ever in the Big South, a resilient club for Hal Clifton's season.
Absolutely, and coming off, you know, a different conference last year to face brand new programs this year and to do as well as they have and just impress. I think they've impressed all the teams in the conference with how they've played. It'll be nice to see what they do as they continue in the Big South.
Good block in the middle for Shea Hall, and the conference's leader in blocks gets herself going. By the way, Edie Brewer now 1 dig away from a triple-double. She picked up 1 last night, might have another if this match continues. High Point to swing for match point. And Morgan Sally does just that down the line. The breakout star of this tournament, 13 kills.
She has been unstoppable on this right side swing. A&T struggling to get that block out there and set up any type of hands on her.
Mackenzie Thornburg now to serve for the match here in set 3 and a trip to the championship final. Last chance for the Aggies. Here's Howell. Now teed it up to Smith. Dug up nicely. Richards, a touch for Wesling. Heidelberg goes into the net, but that ball is live. Another block for Howell. Dug up by Brewer. There's her triple-double. And A&T hanging around by the senior, keeping that ball up. Her 15th career triple-double. Edie Brewer doing it all tonight for A&T.
I'm not going to lie, I'm so glad that rally went on so Edie Brewer could get that dig. Just amazing play for that senior in her last match. Possibly last match of the season, we'll say.
So Richards to serve. A&T needs to go on a run here in set 3. High Point swings for the match. And there it is. Heidelberg touches the floor. The #1 seed takes care of business in the semifinals. They have a trip against the host squad, Campbell, tomorrow with an NCAA tournament berth on the line. But tonight, High Point takes care of business in straight sets.
And just a consistent, aggressive High Point team as they have shown for this season and the last. And just looking forward to that Big South Championship matchup between High Point and Campbell. Just incredible offense by that team.
So High Point takes set 3, 25-18, and the Panthers are on to the championship. High Point took advantage of a tight first set, and they take advantage. The Panthers hit, 343 in this match and win it in straight sets.
Incredible high efficiency. Swings from middles to outsides, right sides. Just a balanced offense. Hard to dig, but well fought there by A&T at those last few points.
Coming up tomorrow on ESPN3, Campbell and High Point, a rematch of the top 2 teams in the league. They split the regular season series. Both programs split the soccer championships. A third matchup will definitely be fun. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We'll see you then along with Tammy Freeze. I'm Evan Bodrovich, thanking our hardworking crew as well in the trailer. We sign off from Bowie's Creek. This is a presentation of ESPN. High Point, the top seed, takes on Campbell, the #2 seed tomorrow, with a trip to the NCAA tournament on the line.